Today, for the very first time, you are a huge fat poo-poo head moron who got tricked by me because April Fools. You idiots. You thought we were actually doing Garage Inc. Disc 2. Haven't you learned yet? It's been a year. It's been over a year, you idiots. You think we're ever going to do that? Yeah, we will actually do it. But
not me, though.
But not Cody. He won't be there. So, okay. So, hello, everybody. Happy April 1st, you morons. So my original intention for this video was going to be to do react to the new Nickelback album or something like that. However, I felt that would be too mean. So before everybody clicks away, we are going to be listening to Metallica in this video. So I thought this would be a fun opportunity for me to show Cody some Metallica songs, right? So if you're joining us, if you've seen all of our Metallica videos here on YouTube and you love what we do, this is going to be a little different from that. Neither of the Chris's are joining us for this. It's just going to be me and Cody. And Cody is already a little bit familiar with Metallica. Cody, what do you know about Metallica?
I probably know a half dozen Metallica songs.
Sure, like all the ones that everybody that you know, like you've
exactly.
Yeah. Master of Puppets. When I say Master of Puppets, can you think of the song in your head? Because you're for people.
I know Battery is on that album. I know Battery.
You know Battery?
Yeah, I mean I have Master of Puppets here, so I've listened to this a few times.
Oh, you have? Okay.
Yeah, so Battery is on there. Battery always sticks in my head. I think I can picture. No, I can't picture Master of Puppets, but I know it. That's what you know what I mean.
Well, I was just I was honestly curious about that because you're not a metal person. You know, we've talked about metal. We've shown you some metal here on the channel. Last year, we spent a long time doing Raunchy, which, by the way, new Raunchy album confirmed. I believe it comes out in June. Yep, they've got samples of it. Everything. They're not lying. They're not butt-face liars anymore, like they have been for the last 16 years. Or 11 years now, I guess. But anyway, so I just thought it'd be fun. But Cody's not a metal guy, so that's why I was curious. Like, when I say Master of Puppets, can you think of the song in your head at all?
I can't. Although I know it. It's one of those where they don't necessarily say the title in the track, so I can't think of it. Actually, it's not do they?
Well, they go, Master.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Master of Puppets, you're pulling a string.
Okay, yes, I do know that one.
Master.
Yep.
Yeah.
I know that. I know,
it's quite
Enter
long.
Sandman.
Enter Sandman,
Whiskey in the Jar.
Yeah, that's a cover. That's off of Garage Inc. Disc 1. Have you heard their version of Whiskey in the Jar and Turn the Page? Have you heard those?
I don't think so.
Because I was debating about having us listen to that today, but I don't think we're going to do any songs from that. But because Garage Inc., when I say Garage Inc., it's a double disc set. I was going to bring all my Metallica CDs down here. I usually keep them back here in the videos, but I don't. I do have Garage Inc. down here, which is pretty funny. But Garage Inc., it's 2 discs. And it is all covers. So it's all cover songs. And Metallica did some pretty cool stuff with that. They did covers. They were so big at this point that they did covers of lesser known bands so that they would get royalties from the songs so that they could give back to some of the bands that inspired them.
Oh, nice.
Like they did Motorhead and they did some of this other stuff. And Motorhead's very famous. I'm sure you've heard of Motorhead.
Yeah, I know Motorhead.
And Lemmy. You probably can picture
the
Yeah. But so the songs on here, just to let you know. So Free Speech for the Dumb. You probably don't know. It's Electric, and that's not the one that's Boogie Woogie Woogie.
No Boogie Woogie. Okay.
No Boogie Woogie. And then Sabracadabra, Turn the Page, which you
so these are covers, but not necessarily of hits.
Some of them, I mean, they are all the bigger songs from these bands, but not hits of big, enormous
Does it say
bands.
what those bands were for those first few?
It doesn't on here, and I don't know.
Okay.
But Turn the Page, you definitely know. That's
Yeah.
On a Lonely Highway, East of Omaha. One. And then Die, Die, My Darling, which is a Misfits cover song. Lover Man, which is from, I forget. Merciful Fate, which is from Merciful Fate. Astronomy. Whiskey in the Jar, which is, you've heard. Tuesday's Gone, and then The More I See. And then the whole second, yes, yep. And then the whole second disc I haven't heard yet. People are really excited for us to do that. That's
Why'd
the last
you split it
Metallica
up?
thing. Because it's too long.
Oh. Is it related to this?
Is that the Garage Inc. Days EP or whatever thing?
This is Garage Days Revisited.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, so this has some of those tracks, huh?
Yep, that's the first few tracks, like Helpless, The Small Hours.
Okay,
The
so it's
Wait,
only 5.
Crash Course.
It's
Yep.
an EP, obviously. Okay.
Yep. That was
Cool.
released. It was released in 1987 originally.
So I don't recognize any of these tracks, even from the original artists. So this must have been
Yeah, they did the same
some of their
thing back then.
favorites or whatever.
Yep.
Cool.
So not. Yeah. So, but anyway, I wasn't even going to bring this up, but since you said Whiskey in the Jar or whatever.
Yeah. I don't know why I've heard that one, but
And all my Metallica CDs are upstairs. Otherwise, all my Metallica CDs are upstairs because I kind of been trying to listen to them to get ready for our like big Metallica video when we're done with everything, when we rank everything and talk about them overall. Because I've just that's one of the reasons we haven't been doing. Seriously, in all seriousness, that's one of the reasons we haven't been doing Metallica, is because I want to get more familiar with them before we start talking about them again and more in depth. And I have a hard time because I just don't care for so many of their dumb albums and the dumb decisions they made to screw up their stupid music.
do you care for their good albums?
They're good albums, yeah.
Like, do you consider yourself a Metallica fan now?
I would say so. That's
Okay.
Yeah, I think so. Yes, more
And
so than
was their last album good?
yeah. I liked it. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Yep. Well, I have one of the songs for that in our playlist we're going to listen to today.
Now, my last question: have they announced any upcoming projects?
No, they usually have
Interesting.
4 or 5 years between albums. So,
Well,
and
it's
their
been
last album was 2023, I think, is when.
Okay, all right.
So, but no, they don't.
Okay.
They have said though that they're going to keep making music until they just die.
Okay.
So
good.
their plan is, I believe,
As they should.
to just keep going. Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely, and they're doing.
I mean, if it's still good,
Yeah, I don't want to talk too much about how, like, I don't want to get into the, like, which of their albums are my favorites right now because I want to save that. But 72 Seasons is their last album, and it's really good. And I really enjoy it a lot, and I think that it's one of their strongest albums. But Metallica is known for totally screwing up their albums, like,
Production-wise?
Yes, just in making the most horrid of decisions. And so it is what it is. But so what we're going to do in this video then is I have picked some songs that I really like and enjoy from across their catalog to do. And we're just going to listen to them and give Cody like a Metallica experience, covering basically their whole career.
Metallica 101.
Yeah, Metallica 101 kind of. But we don't have to listen to all the huge hits. Like, we're not going to listen to Enter Sandman because Cody's familiar with that.
Yeah, I don't need to hear this stuff.
And you've
I've
probably
already
heard like Nothing Else Matters.
Yep.
And you've probably heard most of the stuff off of Black Album, actually, which is...
Yeah, I actually got a copy of the Black Album from Walmart or something for like $12 last year, and I did listen through it, and I was like, wow, I actually already know probably most of these songs.
Yeah, that's by far their biggest album. It's like one of the biggest albums of all time. I mean,
Okay.
it's
So
for
I've heard
sure.
that, and I've definitely heard the Master of Puppets album a few times
Mm-hmm.
because I've had that album for a long time. I've never listened to the one behind me.
Yep.
But aside from that, I've never listened to another Metallica album.
Sure. Yep.
So
So I think one of the we don't even need to get into too much into how I feel about Metallica because like I said, I kind of want to save a lot of that for that,
sure.
but for when we do stuff in the future. But we're gonna I have a playlist that I've created with like I have 9 or I actually have 10 songs in here, but we might not listen to all of them.
Okay.
But it's a little bit so we'll see what ends up happening as we go through the video. But okay, everybody, here we go. We're going to be showing Cody some Metallica, seeing how he feels. We'll talk about it and everything. So the first song we're going to listen to here, Cody, is a song from their debut album. So this is from 1983, I think, if I remember correctly. This is from their album Kill 'Em All, which if I had the cover, you would recognize it. But
I would. I think I know all the covers of their albums.
Okay, sure. I mean, they're
I can picture the Justice for All. I can picture Kill 'Em All.
Metallica is literally one of the biggest bands on the planet.
Yeah,
easily. So like you should be somewhat familiar with some of this stuff.
Oh, sure.
So we're gonna listen to a song off their first album. This is called Phantom Lord. Okay.
Okay.
In 3, 2, 1.
I've definitely not heard this.
Yeah. I'm curious what you think of the production of this,
Okay.
and then the next song too.
Why is it over there?
Yeah.
Whoa. Those vocals are like wacky.
Yeah.
The whole album's not like that, is it?
No.
Okay. It's just a reverb on that.
Oh, it's a delay. Yeah, crazy delay.
I can't.
You're like, what?
I can't
Like you
figure
gotta
out
look for
where
it.
are the vocals? They're like, okay. Well, it's their first album. You don't expect it to be mixed perfectly, right?
For sure. Right. And I actually, being 100% honest, I actually like the way this one is mixed way more than their next two albums because there's so much reverb on Ride the Lightning and Master and I really don't like the way Master sounds at all.
Yeah.
Which is kind of a controversial opinion, but Chris Parker and I are planning to re-listen to Master of Puppets and post that video eventually. Because we did it for Ride the Lightning, and a lot of people enjoyed that video.
Yeah.
And so I want to do it for... no, we did it for one. Or not one. We did it for And Justice for All.
Oh.
And people want us to do it for Master too.
So tell me, who is this guy singing?
So James, he's the same guy that's sang in James Hetfield.
Okay.
This is at this point. This is like when this picture beneath us here was taken.
Yep.
That is sort of what he looked like at this time.
Okay. So, wait, which one is he in the picture?
He's the one second from the left.
Okay.
Okay, here we go.
See, now this tone is kind of what I picture with Metallica.
Right. I mean, it's similar to.
So it's interesting that it's on their first album like
Enter
that.
Sandman. Yeah.
Because I expected this to be way more just like thrash in your face thrash,
Right.
Which we kind of heard, but
yeah.
like, this is the kind of tone I think about with the Black Album,
Yes.
which was 15 years later or something.
Yeah, the Black Album is really different, but that was one of the things that I was surprised at. Like, you can see the genesis of the band moving towards that. Okay. And then when Rick Rubin stepped in and, yeah. So Metallica, very well known for their solos and stuff.
Yeah, it's very screechy.
Yeah.
And what year was this?
83, I believe.
Okay. Just trying to think of where rock and roll was in the early 80s. I don't really know exactly where hair metal began. You know,
yeah,
I know Metallica was kind of on the genesis of this stuff.
Right. They were definitely, people credit them with helping to create thrash style, thrash metal and stuff. Which, you know, the funny thing about Metallica, and Chris and I joke about it all the time, like Metallica never really was super metal. And that is a controversial thing that I say, and I joke about it. But like James Hetfield, this is the heaviest his vocals are on all Metallica.
Okay.
The way he sounds here. This is the closest he ever gets to like doing harsh, screamy vocals.
Yeah. I mean, it's
like that's the harshest James will ever be. And then that kind of goes to like what we talked about before is like what is metal and stuff, like what just defines something.
And I assume you guys have talked about their name.
Metallica. Yeah.
Metallica. It's like the metal band. Like if you just asked a random person, name a metal band,
they'd be like Metallica. Yeah, 1,000%.
I guess.
Yeah, 1,000%.
So I don't know if that does that do them a disservice or I don't know.
Well, and I think they are metal. Like they are a metal band.
Sure.
It's just so funny because they never like there were different ways that metal kind of took turns and the tree of metal branches off, you know? And like Slayer, for example, is just much heavier vocally than Metallica. But Slayer started very similar to this.
Yeah.
You know, and do you know any Slayer songs, for example? Like Rain and Blood is their by far biggest song.
Yeah,
like, of
I've
all
listened to the Rain and Blood album.
time. Do you have it on cassette? I know you have a bunch of
yeah,
sweet,
I've got
like,
a bunch of
thrash metals
Slayer
on cassette.
cassettes.
Yeah.
I bought a whole rack of metal cassettes from a guy at a garage sale once. So I listened to a lot of those at one point.
Yeah.
But Slayer predates this, right?
No. Slayer,
really?
Slayer
Okay.
and Metallica started right around the same time as Slayer, and again, I'm not the expert on all this stuff.
Yeah.
But like Slayer, Megadeth, I mean, there were bands before Metallica and stuff too that were get heavy and everything, but like Metallica kind of brought it to the mainstream in a bit more of a way.
Yeah. So at the
And-
time, if you were to ask someone in '85 who were the biggest metal bands, they would say Metallica. You
I
think?
don't know. That's a good question. You know, because like Motley,
because from what you were saying,
what
it
people
almost
were saying. Like
it almost sounds like you said like metal became something different that Metallica was not anymore.
Well, Metallica was different than what metal was, though, because you got to think like
Even
Motley Crue.
even when they came
Motley
about.
Crue was out at this time and stuff like that too,
Sure, yeah, hair metal.
and
I
Journey
don't lump,
and stuff like that. So like that's
I
where
don't-
to me
yeah.
stuff started. But
Okay.
but like, you know, and people talk about
When was Iron Maiden? That predates Metallica, right?
yes, Iron Maiden and
Okay.
Motorhead too by quite a bit. Motorhead and
Yeah.
Iron Maiden in the 70s, Judas Priest in the late 70s, obviously Ozzy Osbourne and stuff. And so these guys were doing the thrash stuff, which is a bit faster and just more like intense
Okay.
the entire time, I would say. But the funny thing about that, like I was saying though, is like Metallica never turned down the path of like James never has done harsh vocals.
Okay.
Like James Hetfield always is just basically singing, or he does the kind of like a. Maybe you'll see as we go through, but like
yeah, I mean this one was pretty harsh, but
it was, but like I said, that's the harshest he ever gets.
okay.
Like ever, and it's very punky
Interesting.
feeling. This album, like
Yeah.
lots of punk influences on the early thrash stuff. It definitely was a melding of punk and like longer punk songs,
Yeah.
almost like progressive punk, really.
Yeah,
because
you
it's
can
like
kinda see where
longer,
it
more
came
intense.
about.
Yeah, soloing and things like that.
I'd be interested to hear like Iron Maiden's first album at some point.
Right.
'cause
I want to do that stuff eventually. People know on the channel I want to do that.
I'm not a big metal guy, and this song I will say did nothing for me. But
Oh, sure.
but I am interested in how the genre came about and what that earliest stuff sounded like, and I love like being able to see like that missing link or whatever as like, oh, that's the link between punk and metal of what we know today.
Sure.
And yeah, I could see that with this thrash stuff.
For sure. And I think Slayer too, very influenced by punk metal and music and stuff, but also like Ministry and things like that too. But I think Ministry was later. But it doesn't really matter. But like Rain and Blood by Slayer came out in 1986, I believe, is the same year as Master of Puppets.
Okay.
And I think the Slayer album sounds way better because at the time the guy who was producing it was like, why would you put reverb on all these guitars who are doing such fast, complex stuff? When you put reverb on it, it gets so muddy and washed out and you can't hear the definition to what's being played. And so Slayer, while maybe not necessarily sounding as high fidelity in terms of like the drums and everything, I love the way that album sounds way more. And that's not Slayer's first album. Slayer had like 2 albums, I think, before that. And I just haven't heard that. And I'm not familiar with that.
Okay.
But like they started around the same time. But then Anthrax is the other, like the 4 big thrash bands are Metallica. And they're all from the Bay Area, though I think one of them is from somewhere else. But it's Megadeth, Metallica, Slayer, and Anthrax. And those are the big 4 is what they're called.
Interesting.
And they are the progenitors or whatever of thrash. And it's funny because like the only Anthrax song I know is the song they did in the 90s with that rap group called Bring the Noise, which is like a big famous like song that definitely led into nu metal. But I don't know any other Anthrax. So Anthrax is what I'm going to do on the channel here.
I've always thought of them as a 90s band.
Right, but they were from the 80s.
Okay.
They're the same time as Metallica and stuff. And so like I want to do that. And then I just did Megadeth's 1990 album, which is considered their greatest album, Rust in Peace. And it is very much a slicker produced sounding version of like Metallica's earlier stuff. It just sounds so much better mix wise, but it's in 1990. So it's 5 years later. And people were saying in the comments of that video that that Megadeth's earlier albums sound like Metallica's earlier albums too, like lots of reverb on stuff.
When people are early on in a genre, I don't expect it to be mixed and mastered well, you know, because they're like inventing like new sounds, and it's like they probably don't have a lot of backing to spend in the studio, and it's like
for sure, yeah,
they're inventing things.
Now Metallica did have, as far as I understand, Metallica did have a bit more of a budget than other bands. Like they were pretty popular, I think, right away. Okay, because then right away people were like, oh, they sold out, whatever, like which stupid, you know, heavy music is just made out of. But the other thing to keep in mind is that when you're the beginning of a genre, you're probably still beholden to the way things were done in the genres that came before you that led to you. Yeah. So like in the 80s, everything was reverbed out and everything. Think about the difference between ZZ Top's 70s music and ZZ Top in the 80s, right? Yeah. That when Metallica's starting in that era, that it makes sense that they would have tons of, and also think about, you know, Motley Crue and stuff like that, which I don't know very much about them either. But like hair metal, like Twisted Sister and stuff, which may have all been after this. I don't even know.
I think most of it was.
But like that is also huge, massive reverb stadium sounding stuff. Yeah. And Metallica started doing that after they had already established the thrash stuff. Okay. So okay. So let's I think we can. The next song we're going to listen to will show you good examples of all of this. Okay. So we're not going to listen to anything off of Master of Puppets because I thought you probably were pretty familiar with that. And I don't care for the way that album sounds as much. So we're going to listen to something from their album before that, which is Ride the Lightning, which is also a very famous album. And we're going to listen to one of the best songs off of that album, in my opinion. This is a song called Escape. And by the way, we're listening to all the remastered versions of all this stuff.
Oh, good. So,
okay, so this is Escape in 3, 2, 1. Are you hearing it?
Yep.
Okay.
We didn't talk too long between songs.
Yeah.
To kick us off.
Now that we did the intro, the video, and the reveal that we're April Foolsing people with that, I can put I went and grabbed a jacket from my room. Yeah, I went and grabbed it because I'm so cold in our basement here. So this is the next album after the one we just heard.
Yeah. It's got like a stutter in it. Oh, see, that's like...
I love it. It's catchy.
Sure.
I mean, to me, this is almost kind of hair metal-y, you know? So it's like, you can tell they're pulling the influence.
It's almost like...
It's very happy sounding.
From Journey or something.
Yeah. Which I love Journey, so heck yeah.
Sure. It's that stutter in there. It's like, is this just like a weird time signature that I'm hearing, or?
Could be. Yeah, could be.
I'm really bad at identifying time signatures, but I know when it feels like I'm jolted out of a rhythm.
Also, just like Lars is a very loose drummer. He's very famous for that. Like, yeah.
Meaning he's just a bad drummer, or what?
That bell thing in there, I believe according to, if I remember all the comments correctly, their first 4 albums all had Cliff as their bass player, and he was the one responsible for doing a lot of the creative things, like that bell sound we just heard. He probably created that on his bass. That's what everyone's like, it was Cliff on the bass. But like, because Metallica they never use keyboards or anything on their music, really. The only album that they have that has extra things on it is Black Album.
Okay. Which album has For Whom the Bell Tolls?
That's this album.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I could see that.
Yeah, on their first 4 albums, there are a few things that they do, like that delay on the previous track, which that was their first album, but they use like here's a sound, you know,
good old siren.
Whatever they call tornado siren type thing, and then there's things panning and things like that, like background vocals sounding things. Majority of Metallica's catalog, you're literally, all you're hearing is guitar on the left, guitar on the right, bass in the middle, drums in the middle, one track of James vocals. It is very much a band performing the album, and that's just what it is.
Yeah. Fade Out. Mm-hmm. Are they a big Fade Out band?
On this album, they were.
Okay.
Yeah, and they have done it throughout their career, but a little less as time went on.
Yeah, like everyone.
For sure. In the 80s, wasn't unpopular.
Oh, I guess I don't need to click pause because you're in control.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll just... do you have anything to say about that one in particular? I mean, we kind of talked about it a little bit.
Again, it wasn't doing much for me.
Okay, well, that's okay. I mean, that's fine.
All right.
So now we're going to move into a song that has been so important to us here on the channel. And
is this one?
Yes, I was going to say you probably have heard this one.
I've heard you make jokes about it.
Right.
Oh, and I have heard one. I can't picture it, but I know when I've looked it up and listened to it, I recognize it.
This is also one of their like hugest songs. And on the channel, it became this big joke that like one sucks is something I would throw into everything. And I honestly do not care for this song that much.
Okay. And that's like blasphemy to Metallica fans?
Yes, okay. Everyone loves it. And the thing is, they love it for, I believe, actual good reasons. Like,
like I thought for sure you were going to say they love it because stupid reasons, and they're wrong.
Well, no, I do think that there are some reasons that people like, you know, I don't, how do I say this without looking like a huge jerk? Like because something is based around like a sob story or something like that. That is a very good way to get me to not care about it at all. But the thing
is, that's how I feel every time I watch the Olympics.
That's how I feel when I watch America's Got Talent or
any reality show.
Like that.
Yeah.
The Olympics, though, that's true, though. Like that, everything you hear on the Olympics is true. You know,
sure.
Do they need to point out that their dog died 1 week before this? No. But the Olympics are one area where I feel like that is okay. But we don't need to get into the Olympics.
Okay, so should I know the sob story behind this one?
Well, it's not necessarily a sob story, but like this, it's based on this a famous story of like. It has to do with lots of different things, but like the songs and the message, and you're gonna hear a sample at the beginning of like war and things like that. And in the music video specifically, that's kind of where I get the sob story from. The music video is very emotional music video, and like I've seen people reacting to it on YouTube where they're literally like crying in the video, which. Okay, I guess, sure. Good for you. We'll see if Cody weeps while we're listening to this.
I mean, I've never cried listening to music. You've definitely cried on the channel.
Oh, 1,000%. I would, yeah. I could easily go find several songs right now that would make me bawl.
Yeah, I can tell you right now, it's not gonna do anything for me emotionally, just because that's not really how I see music.
I wouldn't expect it to, because it's pretty shallow in that regard, in my opinion. But the video is very an iconic video, and it has to. And the lyrics of the song too have to do with a person who's like trapped. Something happened to them during battle, and they were. It has to, I think, a Clockwork Orange or something has to maybe work into this. I don't know why I'm thinking that. Well, it's been a while since I talked about Metallica, but the person who's the person whose perspective the song is from is paralyzed, and they literally can't move anything. They can't speak or anything, and they just feel completely trapped in their body, and they want it to just end, and there's nothing they can do. They can't tell anybody or anything. And the music video itself really shows that in a really good way. And it's mixed with like footage of war and all this stuff. And, but Musically, I do think that the song is interesting. It is definitely one of the more ballad type of Metallica songs pre Black Album, when they just were like, we can make full on ballads with acoustic guitar and stuff now.
Yeah.
This is one of those. It's way more accessible than a lot of Metallica songs. It's pretty long. But the people love it. They love the whole thing. This is like, has to be one of the most famous and popular songs over 7 minutes long ever.
Yeah.
It's 7.5 minutes long.
So do you think the success of this led to the Black Album?
No.
Okay.
No, the Black Album was Rick Rubin and them deciding that they wanted to make an album that was going to make them millionaires for the rest of their life, and then regretting it kind of afterwards, but not also like, it's really weird. But anyway,
Yeah,
so,
I'm sure we'll get to something from that. Or
but like,
close. Okay.
but I want your honest opinion on this.
Okay.
Like, and if you've heard it before and everything, that's fine, but we're going to focus on it. I honestly want your opinion on this. For me, one of the things, I'm not even going to explain what I don't like about it, because I don't want to taint your feeling.
Oh, sure.
This may be your favorite song we listened to the entire video, and that's fine if it is, honestly.
If I can identify what you don't like about it.
Yeah, or tell me what you do like about it.
There's saxophone solo in it.
No. Okay,
right.
so this is one. Here we go. According to a lot of people, literally Metallica's best song. According to me, one of their top 4 or 5 worst songs, I would say. It doesn't come anywhere close to Anesthesia, but that ain't even a real song, so we're not even going to talk about that. I did debate about having you listen to Anesthesia as a joke, but I was like, no, we'll just listen to more serious stuff.
All right.
So, okay, this is one. In 3, 2, 1. Starts very quiet.
7 minutes, and this was like on the radio and stuff, huh?
Yes. Yeah.
Cool.
It still is on the radio.
Yeah.
On like classic rock stations and stuff. I've heard it. This is also, I didn't even mention this, one of my least favorite Metallica albums is And Justice for All, because Cliff, their bass player, died in the bus accident before they made this album. And so Jason came in, the new bass player, Jason Newsted. Hold on, I'm actually going to pause it. This is important enough to explain. They got a new bass player to play bass on this album, and they hated him, Jason Newsted. It's very famous. So when they mixed this album, they forced the mixing engineer to turn the bass basically all the way down so you can't hear it. The entire And Justice for All album sounds like no other metal album that's ever been made because there's no bass on it.
Weird.
Yeah, it's extremely weird, and it's a very dumb decision, and it ruins the album for me completely.
And they've never gone back and remixed
Never.
it?
They will not do it, ever. And they say that it's because, you know what? We're not even going to get into it. It's too much. It's too much to get into. We could do a whole video on how dumb Metallica is and their stupid decisions.
Yeah.
But okay, so this seriously, this is a huge famous song. One, we're going to continue where we just were. This is a very famous guitar part. There technically is bass in the mix, but they have it so low that you can't really hear it. It's not here at the moment because they were like, just cut it out. It don't need to be there. There it is. So the reason a lot of people do love this album, including Chris Parker, is because all the low end you hear on this whole album is from the guitars. And people really like chunky, meaty guitars. And this album can have chunkier, meatier guitars than any other metal album because there's no bass competing with it.
Yeah, sure.
So people really like the tone of the electric guitars and stuff on this album.
Okay.
And I think that's a valid reason. However, it's... So when you just hear this, does it sound familiar, feel familiar to you?
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Okay.
At first, I was like, "Is this the song where they say nothing else matters?" But I think that's on
Nothing
Black
Else
Album.
Matters. Yeah.
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 But like, I can see the parallels drawing from this to the Black Album.
Sure. Which that was only one album after that. This came out in
Okay.
87.
Well, that's what I was wondering: is if this song was a big hit, were they like, let's just do a bunch of this?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Because this song goes places that this song is yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's got that same stutter in it. Is that like a common thing?
Well, what do you mean by stuttering?
I'll try to point it out.
Yeah, I was kind of yeah.
I hate when you can hear fingers sliding on a guitar.
Yeah, you've mentioned that before. See, one of the things that I don't care for on the few Metallica albums that they do use acoustic guitar, they play the acoustic guitar so hard, and I don't care for that.
Yeah. This song definitely has parts that I don't recognize.
Yeah, I'm curious can you think of the rest of the song at all?
I mean, no, unless maybe when I hear it, I'll remember it.
I mean, does Darkness Imprisoning Me, does that mean anything to you?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah, it kicks
Okay.
into that part, yeah.
Okay, we got to pay attention to this transition here.
Okay.
Listen to the drums.
That's a double kick, right?
Yeah, double bass, yep.
I learned this. Yeah, this is good.
Yeah?
I like it.
Yeah, okay. Metallica definitely not known for double bass ever.
Oh, really?
Very rarely.
Oh, huh. Okay.
Yeah, the story stepped on a landmine and it blew off all of his limbs basically. But he has no sight, nothing, but he has his brain.
Yeah.
He just can't communicate.
Must be rough.
It's terrifying if you think about it.
Yeah.
So this is a bit more indicative of what the And Justice for All the album sounds like.
Okay.
It's very dry, like the snare, and it's like a popcorn popping.
Oh, that's cool.
See, when you have music like this that's so dry, the playing has to be perfect.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it would be so obvious when something would be screwed up.
Yeah. And who's the guitar player?
Kirk Hammett does all the
And I
solos.
assume he's considered one of the greatest.
He is wrongfully considered that, in my opinion.
Okay.
I'm just not a big Kirk fan.
But by
I
the
think
public, he's considered to be really good.
He discovered a wah pedal after Godsmack invented it, and then he just never looked away from it, basically. And I just don't care for his solos after a certain point, and I honestly don't care for him that much before. Kirk is not my favorite lead guitar player.
Okay.
Yeah, James, when he does solos, I really like it a lot more, which he doesn't do them that often, but there are a few James solos where you can hear it and you're like, oh, wow, this feels way different.
Yeah.
But James is known for being one of the greatest guitar players of all time, like rhythm guitar players. He is so like machine gun fast and accurate.
So that's him right
fast
now?
picking, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And Kirk also plays rhythm in the guitar as well, and the band as well. But James recorded a lot of the rhythm guitars.
I can't imagine what it takes to
Yeah, it's just a
vibrate your hand like that.
yeah, yep. It's a skill. It's called fast picking.
Yeah. Huh.
And James is like the master of downstrokes, I believe. Okay, hold on, we'll pause it. James is like the master of downstroke, which is a specific style. I think it's downstroke, but like a specific way of doing it.
Yeah.
So how do you feel about that?
That was good. I think I like
it.
Metallica when they're more ballady. Like I like the stuff on the Black Album, and I
Sure.
like the first half of this and how it kicks into gear in the second half, and it's a cool song.
Yeah, and you liked the darkness imprisoning me,
Yeah.
all that I see. Yeah. So for me, the big problem I have with that is I just feel like the chorus, which the chorus is, hold my breath as I wait for death. You know, I feel like it comes out of nowhere every time, and it just does not fit with the song at all. I feel like it's terrible. It's like two completely separate songs that they force together.
I like how it ends, and then it starts that plinking the high pitched guitar or whatever you call it.
And then back into the I can believe it anything.
Yeah. I could see that argument though, is it kind of sounds out of place.
Yeah, to me, and people have written in comments of our videos, they're like, it's supposed to be jarring, like it's on purpose. It represents this and this, and I'm like, okay, that's fine, but that's when I kind of start to roll my eyes a little bit.
It doesn't turn me off of the song, I'll say that.
Yeah, for me it does. Like,
Okay.
And I don't like the way the acoustic guitars sound on anything on Metallica that Metallica did until Black Album, because they just play the guitar so hard, and I feel like acoustic guitars should be gently played, you know, and you should let your guitar gently weep rather than let it bawl the entire time or whatever, like screaming, you know.
Yeah.
And then they do the same thing with their clean electric guitars too. Like I just feel like they're playing it so hard, they're like bashing the strings so hard when it should be played lightly, you know. And that's when I hear Battery and stuff like that too, like the beginning of Battery and both, I think Ride and or no, it's And Justice and Master, both the albums start with acoustic guitar, and I just don't like the way the acoustic guitar parts sound that much. But I will say, like, I have come around to one quite a bit. I do think the way it changes halfway through and then it gets kind of badass afterwards is really cool. But to me, you're just waiting for it to switch. Like, you have to suffer through the first half of the song to get to the awesomeness that is the second half.
Yeah.
And I think, to be fair to it, the second half might not be that badass if the first half wasn't slow and ballad-like, you know? So it is that jarring switch, you know? So I definitely understand why people like it. And if we watch the music video, then the music video is like masterfully done. Like, it's really good. And it was like the first big like thing that they did, and that was when people were saying that they sold out, because they were like, when Metallica ever do why did they do a music, because there's no music video for Master of Puppets or anything. And one was the first music video they did.
What? And what year was this?
87, I think. They did no music videos
89.
before that. Oh, 89. Yeah, okay, yeah, that makes sense.
That's nuts. MTV was around for 4 years, and they hadn't put a music video out.
Yeah. No, they intentionally didn't, because that would have been considered selling out, and they did. Because it's a big budget music video, too. And then that's when people started to say, oh, blah, blah. And then they did Enter Sandman, which, you know, maybe you're right. Like, them making this decision was the first decision that put them on the path to Black Album. Yeah. But I think Rick Rubin is the one that was like the push for that.
Yeah. He changed him. Interesting.
Yeah. So you were right. I did pick a song from a Black Album for us to listen to.
Okay.
So we'll just go right into it. And if you probably have heard this before.
What's it called?
You'll see when we get to it. Okay. Do you know Sad But True?
No,
it's one of their big famous songs. Like, it's one of the most famous songs from this album. And a lot of people consider it to be like one of the greatest, like there have been sorry, I was thinking wrestling. There have been metal magazines and metal YouTube channels and outlets that have done like, what's the greatest riff of all time, and a lot of people consider the main core riff to Sad But True to be like one of the great riffs of all time.
Okay.
So we're gonna listen to that now. We're gonna listen to that riff. Here we go. In three.
Riff me.
Yeah. In 3, 2, 1.
Don't need to count down.
Yeah, and I've set up and tore down this stage with my own two hands. We've traveled this land, packed tight in minivans. And all this for the fans, girls, money, and fame. I played their game. And at the
This is the version that was remastered in 2018 as well.
And if I come off soft, then chew on this.
Are you scared?
Devil without a cause, and I'm back with the beaver hats and best David slacks.
This is someone else, isn't it?
Well, kind of.
No Rogaine in the propane flow.
This is Kid Rock. I know Kid Rock when I hear him.
Oh, okay. Well, pay attention to what's happening.
Okay, all right.
I'm going platinum, selling rhymes. I went platinum 7 times.
Did he sample Metallica or something?
See us ride. I guess because only God knows why.
Okay, all right.
So yes, it's literally the exact same song.
Yeah.
No, it literally is the exact same song. Kid Rock just used this song, made it mono,
Oops.
and recorded his entire American Badass song over it.
Okay.
But does this sound familiar to you at all?
I mean, like I said, I've listened to the Black Album, but no. Okay. Yes.
Right, you
okay,
said
I
you
do
pay
know
attention to the vocals the most. So,
Yeah.
so that guitar riff at the beginning, the
Yeah.
a lot of people consider that to be the best guitar riff of all time.
That's funny because I've definitely heard this song,
Yeah.
and I didn't even recognize it based off the riff.
Well, but we've talked about guitar riffs before, and you're like,
Yeah.
I can't even think of
just
any
don't
off
hear
the
it,
top of
yeah.
my head.
To me, this song is the vocals, you know. And listening to Metallica's vocals like this stuff sticks in my mind so much better than a lot of metal music does.
Well, this,
And I know these were hits and stuff, so I've just heard them more, but like, it's like I can sing along to this, you know?
well, see, this is supposed to be a hit.
Yeah.
Like, this whole album is supposed to be like Rick Rubin made them do so many things that they did not want to do, and he
Yeah.
was like, no, put the third chorus in, do this, just take away that guitar solo, it doesn't need to be there. Like,
Yeah.
so it's the
But
whole
those first
point
two
of
songs we listened to, I could listen to those 10 times and I wouldn't be able to sing along with them.
right, for sure, exactly, and that's the point. It's supposed to be sing-alongy, it's
So do Metallica,
vocal doubling.
so is it, well, how do they see the Black Album today? There's probably so many Metallica fans that this was their first Metallica album right now.
Yes. Yep. But at the time, it's so funny because it's really complicated because this album was so big, but
Yeah.
people who were Metallica fans felt so betrayed by this. Like, so betrayed.
I could see that, yeah.
So betrayed. But then they made their next album. And that's when universally people hated Metallica.
Oh, I
Hated
thought you were going to say they totally redeemed themselves.
No. The entire 90s era of Metallica, people despise.
And what's their next album?
Load and then Reload.
Okay.
It's a double album that they split.
Okay.
And they released them, I think Load is 96, Reload was 97 or 98.
We're going to do something from that.
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
And-
I have questions about that era.
Yeah.
So.
So we don't need to
So-
listen to this whole song.
Okay.
Because I think it's more interesting to move forward and to see,
I mean, good on Rick Rubin, the fifth Metallica guy.
well, yeah, the sixth.
I like what I like. That is my I don't know. I like that stuff more, I guess.
Yeah. I would agree. And again, I told you before we started this, I didn't want to get too much into my opinions because I want to save a lot of that. But to me, on Black Album, which I have my original copy of the album here. I also have the remastered one that you can buy at Walmart for $5. Mm-hmm. You can buy all of the Metallica CDs from the 80s and the 90s, or in the early 90s. Like, you can buy Kill 'Em All, Ride the Lightning, Master of Puppets, and Justice for All, and you can buy Black Album, all remastered for $5.99 at Walmart.
Talk about being a sellout. There's probably like, what, 3 artists that you can say that for at Walmart?
Yeah, oh, for sure. But as I look at this, here's this album, okay? Enter Sandman, Sad But True, The Unforgiven, Nothing Else Matters, and I think 2 or 3 more. Every one of those songs fades out.
Okay.
And it's like egregious. It's bad fade outs.
Yeah.
Like, and the thing is, like, I do think that their best songs are on this album, but because every one of their biggest hits off this album fades out, every single one, every one. Enter Sandman, Sad But True, The Unforgiven, Nothing Else Matters. Those all fade out. I can't do it. I can't deal with it.
Now, I know that you've heard this album. You say that's your original copy.
Yeah.
So you've had that from the 90s?
No, I bought it in like 2000s.
Okay. But as like a teenager, you've heard this album?
No.
Oh, okay. For some
No.
reason, I was thinking this was like the one Metallica album that you
I
really
had
knew.
heard it before.
Sure, I'm sure you.
But because
Okay.
I thought this album came out in like the early 2000s when all the other
Oh.
heavy music I was getting into was it. When I found out this came out in 1991 or 1991, it blew my mind. This album came out the same year as Depeche Mode's Violator. Which is mind-boggling. This album came out 2 years before White Zombie's More Human Than Human album.
Okay,
Which
well,
blows my mind, which doesn't mean anything to you, but blows my mind. And
Well.
you know, this album created nu metal. And people don't want to say that, but like without this you wouldn't get Korn. Without this you wouldn't get all those bands that pioneered it. You wouldn't get Limp Bizkit. You know, you wouldn't get Kid Rock, literally.
It's that missing link there, yeah.
Yeah, I think it is because it's
I could see
it's
that.
groovy. The kick is the loudest kick drum ever. Here, listen to let's just listen to. Well, I mean, it's the biggest, thickest, heaviest kick ever.
Sure.
And they told Lars, like, Lars, you're just allowed to play this beat. The whole album, basically. Like, there's 2 or 3 songs on the album that kind of feel like older Metallica stuff. But everything else, Enter Sandman, you know, The Unforgiven, which, have you ever heard The Unforgiven? Because you've heard the album, so you've heard, that's what I've felt, what I've known, never shine through in what I've shown,
Oh, yeah,
never
yeah.
free, never be, so I dubbed The Unforgiven. That's the one that's got like trumpets in it and stuff.
Yeah.
And then Nothing Else Matters is, of course, you know, and Nothing Else Matter, that doom, 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 ding, ding,
Yep.
ding, ding, which you can play open chord on a guitar. It's the first thing any human being learns how to play because you can just go, you know, ding, 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 ding,
Yeah.
ding, ding. It's like dumb, but then they come in with all the beautiful stuff over the top of it, like gorgeous. But all those songs fade out, so they're pretty worthless to me, which I hate. But
Well, what I was going to ask is
yeah.
the first time you heard this album, have fade outs always bothered you? Because this would have been before you got into production.
yeah, I would say no. Fade outs didn't used to always bother me, but just
Okay.
so much of the music that I grew up loving, none of it faded out.
Uh-huh.
None of it did, you know, because it wasn't a thing in the 2000s, really. As you
Sure.
know. So, but this album, the reason I got this was because Enter Sandman was the theme song for the wrestler The Sandman in ECW. And
Very
so,
cool.
like, that's what I knew, right? He would come out to the dum durning dum 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 durning, and he'd bash his
Yeah.
beer can against his head, and his head would be bleeding before he got to the ring, and he'd come out with his Singapore cane, and he was so badass. And so that's what I knew from
Yeah.
this. And then I got it, you know, it probably in the late 90s, I would say probably, you know, because like Power Man 5000 was the first stuff I got into. They don't have any songs that fade out. You know, and then I got into certain other things like Eiffel 65 is one of the first albums I ever got. You
Awesome.
know, they don't. I think they do have 1 or 2 songs that fade out on that album, but like, you know, so
But like when you bought this and listened
Did
to
it bother
were
me?
you like, this is trash, it fades out?
I didn't love it like this
Okay.
album when it came out. Like, it was not a thing that I listened to a whole bunch or anything like that. But at the time, I would say no. I probably didn't notice that kind of stuff.
Okay.
I probably didn't notice that. When I first started paying attention to song structuring and stuff which then led me into I do think I've always hated a song fading out. I don't see the point of it. Like I just think that it's lazy songwriting.
I agree with you logically. I think there's no reason for it. It's stupid, but to me, it doesn't bother me when it happens.
Right. Oh, and sometimes I think it probably does bother you. We just, you and
sure.
I haven't.
There are times where I'm like, oh, I wish that really ended in a really cool way, and it didn't.
Yeah.
So
or ended
yes,
at all.
But what I'll say is, it has never ruined an album for me, or even ruined a song for me.
Right. Right. Which is
so we're
totally
different in that way. But
yeah, for sure.
But I agree with you logically. I think you are right. There is no reason for a fade out.
Right. Right. Okay. So let's move on from Black Album. So then their next album, Load. Which is an album that I love. Love the production, love it. Think it sounds way better than what we just heard. And I think that it is. Well, it's tough because I don't want to like say all my things. Everyone that watches the channel knows I've joked about it. Chris Schoenberg was making fun of me. Like, Load is probably my favorite Metallica album. I've said that on the channel here a bunch before, and the songs from this album that you would know. Ain't My Biatch is like a pretty big one. And and one of my favorite Metallica songs of all time, Bleeding Me, is on this one. It's really long. So, but I did choose a song that people really do love from this album for us to listen to. So let's just go ahead and listen to that and we can talk about it.
Okay.
And then I didn't choose a song for us to listen to from Reload, though we can, if you want to, I can change the next song, but I want to listen to this one at least first and see how you feel about this one. Okay. So this is from Load, and this is, again, a famous Metallica song. This is Mama Said. Okay.
And did Reload come out the same
Reload
time?
Came out the following year.
Oh, okay.
So they recorded they wrote all the songs together at once. Then they recorded Load, and then Reload sounds very similar.
Okay.
But
does this have a country music video with it?
yes.
I see the little clip of it there. And I'm kind of getting that vibe. Oh boy. When did they do stuff like this?
In the 90s, man, I'm telling you, people didn't like it at the time. Now this is considered one of their... People really look fondly back on this album. So one of the reasons I love this album so much is because they did extra things. They have lot of vocal overdubs, which I love. Vocal harmonies, things like that. They did not do that very much throughout their career, ever. And these two albums really have it a lot on there. And then they experimented with extra things and different things and longer songs which every Metallica song is like over 5 minutes. Like very rarely will you find a Metallica song that's less than 5. And majority of them are like around 7 minutes. Because on more modern, more recent stuff, the first minute of a song is always just them riffing around with stuff. And then the actual song starts at like a minute, and then they have like multiple like minute plus long solo sections. So it's kind of progressive in that regard, I guess, but
mid-90s was very big on mixing country and rock.
Yep.
Now that I think about it. It's not something I would ever expect a Metallica to partake in, but
right.
Was it just this one song on here that they kind of did that style?
Yes.
Okay. Mama, I'm coming home.
Mama.
Now, what I was going to ask is this double album thing they did, if that predated Use Your Illusion by Guns N' Roses, which I looked up, and Use Your Illusion 1 and 2 was 91.
Yeah, no.
Is it going to kick into metal? Nope. So disappointed.
I mean, did you forget what we're doing? Because this... Okay, well, facade is over, everybody, okay? The point of this video was going to be to play Cody the worst Metallica songs. Cody, people hate this song. People despise this song with a passion that burns deeply inside. Like, this is the Metallica. I'm surprised they recovered from this. But like,
whose idea was this?
James. It was James Hetfield's.
Okay.
They were like, yo, it just kind of, let's do it. And so the cool thing though is that this whole album does have a bit of like a old westy vibe to it.
Okay.
And the production is the best sounding album that Metallica released. Anyone can fight me on that.
Okay.
So like,
and that's kind of why it's your favorite, because you like a Southwest influence.
I do, yeah. And I think that I like I said, I think one of my favorite Metallica songs is Bleeding Me. It's long and slow, and it's got great lyrics, and it just takes its time. I love music that's patient. And Metallica knows how to be patient with their songs, but almost like they do it to the wrong extent.
Yeah.
They have their songs last too long in some cases. And so it's tough. But yes, okay, so everybody watching, I was just intentionally showing Cody all the bad songs. So Cody, Escape.
But one is considered one of the best.
Well, yes, but to me it's not. But when we listen to Escape from Ride the Lightning, that is considered the worst Metallica song. Like most people consider that they don't even consider it a Metallica song.
To me, I heard it and I was like, yeah, this sounds like Metallica.
I know, but like it's people hate it. They hate it so much. And then I also chose Phantom Lord, the first one we listened to, because it has that terrible delay on it. Like that's the only song on the album, that has that delay on it.
Yeah, that sounded weird.
You can't even tell what he's saying. It's awful. So I chose all that on purpose. And then American Badass, the Kid Rock song, people hate that they did that they let him use their whole song.
Oh, so that was like an officially sanctioned collaboration.
That's one of Kid Rock's biggest songs.
I've definitely heard that song.
For sure. And it was the theme song for The Undertaker coming out during his whole American Badass era.
Everything is through a wrestling lens for you.
Yes, that's how I got into heavy music, for sure.
Sure. No, I knew that Kid Rock song. I didn't know that had anything to do with Metallica though.
Right. But that's literally, it is just the Metallica song. And when you see him perform it live, which I have never done, but I've seen him videos, and I've also seen I saw him perform it on like the Today Show,
the alternate Super Bowl halftime show, which you watched.
No, I didn't watch that. I watched the
actual
Bad Bunny one, because Bad Bunny is a WWE superstar. So I was like, I gotta watch this guy. He legitimately is a badass Puerto Rican wrestler. So like, so
he sampled that song officially.
Yeah, it's like and it's literally just the song. Like they didn't really even do anything else to it.
Well, he's rapping over, but that's how a lot of rap songs are. They take another song and
but usually they put drums and stuff over it, and they loop things and they make it different. That's just straight up the song. But people hate that. People hate it. And so I was trying to be extra April Foolsy and troll everybody with this video.
But they love the original song, right? That is considered
Sad But
a good
True is
Metallica
considered
song.
one of Metallica's best songs.
Yes. That's good, because I do like that one. I think that is a good one.
And I do legitimately think it's one of the heaviest riffs ever written. It's like one of the coolest things. And it's so simple. It's just dun, 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 da, 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 da. Like every other guitar riff after this, that's like da, 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 da. Like, I mean, like it's...
Okay, so that's like the
one of
first
those cases of like
that.
You got there first, and so you get credit for it. Not that they're the first band to ever do a dun, dun, dun thing ever, but like...
It's funny that I know that song just from the words, though. I would not have recognized that riff I barely recognized it going from the Kid Rock. It's such a nothing thing to me.
Yeah, I know, but
it is very simple. Like you said, it's simple. It's iconic, but it's simple.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, but like we've talked about it before. You just don't.
Yeah.
You don't hear the music first. You hear the singing first.
Yeah.
And sad but true. Like that's pretty iconic.
Yeah,
but the same thing probably with Enter Sandman. I mean, but you can probably imagine the dung 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 dung.
There are iconic musical parts of songs that I think
for
of,
sure,
for sure, but not with metal.
So now that the facade is over, would you rather listen to good stuff, or do you want to just keep going with all their terrible stuff? Because legitimately, one of my favorite songs, Metallica songs, and people really make fun of me for this in comments. Mm-hmm. After Mama Said on the album, like I think the next song or the song after that is a song called Ronnie, and it's a song that's sort of inspired by Pearl Jam's Jeremy Spoken, right? Do you know that? It's the famous music video where the kid goes into class up.
No. But that's a song? Jeremy, who's Jeremy?
Jeremy Spoken.
Oh, yes.
Pearl Jam.
Okay. Yes.
Jeremy, I can't do it. Jeremy Spoken. Like I can't. I hate Pearl Jam so much I can't even do an impression of him. Jeremy Spoken.
And a lot of people hate it?
They despise it.
Oh, well, let's listen to that one.
Okay. So this is Ronnie.
Huh.
But legitimately, love the guitar riff.
There.
Love the chorus. Love the way this song is. There's one aspect of it that I truly despise, though.
Oh, no.
So we'll see when we get there if you can recognize it. Yeah. So this is Ronnie. So this is that southern flair you were kind of talking about?
Yeah, it's still there. Outlaw country.
Yes.
I mean, I could see why Metallica fans would not like this.
Oh, sure.
It's in the vein of that last one.
Yeah, people at the time, people hated this. Now they look really fondly back on these two albums.
Oh, really?
Yes, they do.
Huh.
Yeah. For a long time, if you were a Metallica fan, you couldn't say or you enjoyed this at all. But when we did our reactions to this, our most reacted to Metallica video is this album, Load. Our most viewed video, yeah.
Yeah. How did the Chris's feel about this album?
Chris Parker, it was Chris Parker's first Metallica album. So he loves this. Okay. Chris Schoenberg didn't listen to it since the day he heard it when it first came out in 1996.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. I love the chorus. We're coming up on it for chorus. I love the chorus in this. My way, this bloody day. I know we're not, or we are synced, are we not?
Yeah.
So you can hear when I sing along with it.
Yeah, you're pretty much singing with it.
Oh, that's great. I'm sure there's a little bit of a delay, but
yeah.
But I won't sing, I promise. But I love this.
This is good to listen to after that last one because this still sounds like Metallica. You know?
Yeah.
With the Western influence.
Yeah. So now that the facade is over, we can do a lot more, I feel. Not more, but so I'm going to skip.
I do think we should still stick to ones that are controversial songs.
I will, but I feel so here's the part of the song I don't like, and you'll know exactly why. Here's the great bridge to this song. No solos on this album, by the way.
On this whole album?
The entire album or Reload. No solos.
Isn't Metallica known for
Oh, no,
their
wait.
guitar
I take it
solos?
back. I'm sorry. I take it back. That's Saint Anger.
Oh. See, I like this stuff.
He said, don't you dare ask why I'm cursed to wear this face. Well, now we all know why.
I hate this. It's so cringe. I hate it when
Probably
people talk.
calling.
I hate it when people talk in music.
Yeah.
But this is Convoy.
Let me tell you the story of Ronnie.
Yeah. Okay, so, however, now since the facade is over, I want to just real quick. I think you would know some of the songs from this album. You just don't know you know it.
Oh, okay.
So I'm just going to play you a couple things from this and see if it sounds familiar to you.
Okay.
So this is their biggest song from this album by quite a bit.
Oh, yeah.
Right? This is Until It Sleeps.
Huh.
So this would have been like when we were in school, you know? We were younger.
So notice, I didn't recognize this when the lyrics were going. I recognized this when that guitar lick kicked in.
Yep.
So that can happen.
Yep.
Okay.
So you've heard this.
Yeah.
And then here's Ain't My Bia. This was a big one they used on wrestling a lot.
Very nice. So
I like this one a lot.
I actually have a question about that.
Yeah.
Metallica was notorious for not licensing their music to things. Is that right?
No.
Okay, because I had heard,
not with Black Album.
I had heard, and maybe someone in the comments.
Are you thinking of their
this.
Napster stuff?
No. Well, I know they were really litigious with that, but I should have worn my Napster shirt.
Yeah, you should have. That's all right.
No, I am thinking of there was a movie. I don't know the song by the way. I don't think there was a documentary. God, what was it? Okay, there was a documentary called Paradise Lost in '96. And it was about I don't know if you've ever heard of the West Memphis Three, but these were three kids that were convicted of killing a kid in like a satanic ritual kind of a thing, and the fact that they listened to metal music was very relevant to the case. Anyway, they made this '96 documentary about them, and I thought that famously, I remember reading that like famously Metallica, who never licenses their music to anything, allowed them to use all the Metallica for the entire soundtrack to that documentary. And so that's why I was wondering, is because you said it was used in wrestling, so maybe they were not as stringent with that as I had been led to believe.
Yeah, up to that. I mean, I would say after one came out and they made their music video.
Yeah.
Then I don't think that was a big deal anymore.
Okay.
But we've never talked about that in our
them.
videos, so I don't know.
So I'd be curious if someone can tell us in the comments like what was the deal.
Obviously nowadays they have no problem with it because they've used the entire season. The season of Stranger Things was based on Master of Puppets.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, here's a note about it. It says the movie marks the first time Metallica allowed their music to be used in a movie. 96.
Okay.
That's pretty surprising, right? For a band that was like pretty big for 15 years before
But
that.
the biggest band on the planet after Black Album.
Yeah. But then it still took 5 years for any of their music to appear in a movie.
In a movie, maybe, but think about how many stadiums had Enter Sandman playing in it. Or was that a thing that just came about after the fact?
I don't know. I wonder.
But,
Yeah, I mean, we
Enter
don't know.
Sandman is enormous. I mean, it's
for sure. Yeah. It's hard for us to say because our entire life has been post 96 mostly.
Right.
So it's like we see Metallica everywhere. And obviously they were used in wrestling, but do you know were they used in wrestling prior to 96? Because that would have been pretty early for you watching wrestling, I know.
Well, I mean, I started watching wrestling when I was 6 years old, so that would have been 1992.
Okay.
And I would say that they definitely used Metallica before.
Okay.
Because it's tough because when an album is so iconic that it's timeless, they still use like Enter Sandman and Sabbath True and stuff now, and Nothing Else Matters. They use, but like, I mean, 1998, I think is when, 98, 99, 2000 is when The Undertaker became the American Badass. So that's after that, but that's when when Kid Rock used this song.
Yeah. So I wonder if 91 that was kind of their turning point and when they sold out, right?
Yeah,
And I wonder over the next few years they decided we're going to commercialize stuff.
Well, I think it just got so big it was out of their control at that point.
Sure. Yeah, that's true. How could you say no to millions of dollars, right?
Yeah, why would you? You've already sold out. You've done the thing.
Yeah.
You made an album with the intention of selling millions of albums, and you did, and so use it. You know what I mean?
You gave Kid Rock your song.
Because then also, like, very famously, let's see if you know this song. This is, oh boy, we're getting deep into this. So do you know Mission Impossible 2, right? Had a huge soundtrack back when movie soundtracks were big deals.
Yeah, I've definitely seen it on CD several times.
1,000%. And the big song off of that, do you remember what it was?
I mean, aside from like the theme remixed or whatever, I don't.
Right. That was Mission Impossible. 2. That was the Orbital remix of that. But hold on, I can't think of the song.
Was
Everybody's
there Metallica
watching
on that
this.
soundtrack?
Yeah, it's the theme song to the movie.
So did they write it for the movie?
Yes, I can't think of what.
Oh, geez, it had Limp Bizkit.
Yeah.
Oh, this soundtrack's wild.
Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah, Rob Zombie, I think. On there.
I Disappear.
Yeah, okay.
I wonder if I've heard that. Probably.
I think you'll recognize it when we.
They got Butthole Surfers on this soundtrack.
Yeah. So here's
there's
I
Kid
Disappear.
Rock.
This is actually one of my favorite Metallica songs. It doesn't appear on any of their albums. Just the Mission Impossible 2 soundtrack. I want to hear the very beginning. When it kicks in and it just is badass.
I love. Let's see, what year is this? 2000.
Does this sound familiar to you?
I don't think so. No.
In the music video, they're like standing on top of these mesas that are like just as tall as a person, and the camera's like zooming through this desert. It's very famous.
I mean, that's what they do in the movie, right? He climbs that big thing at the beginning. You know, it's not even the first track on the album. That's a Limp Bizkit song.
Right. Well, Limp Bizkit was bigger than Metallica at this point.
Which, yeah.
In 2000.
That's crazy that they got. I love...
Hold on, just listen to this part. This is the chorus. So that doesn't sound familiar to you?
No, I don't.
Okay.
No.
Okay, hold on. There's an important thing we're going to talk about in a second here.
Okay.
Listen to this snare drum in this song, okay? Okay, you just hear the way it sounds in general.
Okay.
It's got more of a hollow sound to it.
Yeah.
It's less of a snap and more of a boo, boo type of thing.
Yeah, sure.
So we're going to move away from the Metallica and the conversation we've just been having and move to the next part. Is that okay?
Yeah, sure.
Because, I mean, you were really digging the like movie thing and the selling of their out and all that stuff, but we're going to move on to the next portion of their history, okay? Yeah. So I'm just going to say it. The strangest album I've ever heard in my life, mixing-wise, is their next album. So think of the timeline here, okay? Metallica in 1991 releases the Black Album, and it's the biggest thing in the world. Huge. Their next album came out in 1996, 5 years later.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy, especially back then.
Right? So they released Load and Reload. They wrote all the songs together, and then they recorded, released Load, and then they toured a little bit, and then they got back together, I believe, to record Reload. Because the albums do sound very similar, but I think Reload is mixed maybe just a smidge better. But I like Load better. And what people talk about with those two albums is that if you got rid of the fat of those albums and just made like Reloaded it would easily be the best Metallica album if you got rid of all the songs that are just kind of fluff filler songs. Because each of those albums have like 4 or 5 songs on them that kind of just are mid. But if you took all the best songs and put them on one album, it would be easily the best Metallica, like fantastic.
Okay.
Now that's to people that are okay with Metallica not doing thrash metal and stuff, right?
Yeah.
So then they released. They had a record a deal with their record label, right? They had to release so many albums in the 90s or whatever, and so they were just pushing stuff out. They released like a whatever. So then they released, I think I have it upstairs, Symphony of Metallica S&M. It's called
Okay, I've never heard
Metallica
of
S&M.
That's a studio album of theirs?
No, it's a
Oh, okay.
live album. It's a live album that was released in 1998, I believe, maybe 1999.
Okay.
So right before this song that we just heard, and it was the last thing that they were under contract for.
Okay.
And it is a 2-disc set. It's a double album of them performing their entire songs from across their catalog up to that point with an orchestra. And it's Metallica S&M. It's Symphony of Metallica. It's incredibly famous. It sounds ridiculously good. It's like disgusting how good it sounds. It's the same production we've been hearing. A lot of the songs are off of Load and Reload because that's what they were touring with at the time. But you can also hear like Nothing Else Matters and One and stuff with an orchestra.
Yeah.
And that people hated. They were like, how dare you do this? You're not metal anymore. Everything they did in the 90s was like, you're no longer a metal band. You're selling out. You're terrible. You're awful. Right?
Go back to the Black Album.
No, they hated the Black Album. Go back to Master of Puppets is what people would say.
Okay, so I was figuring at this point they just had a different fan base.
Well,
People that
they
started
would
with
now,
the Black
right?
Album.
It was only the like hardcore Metallica fans,
Okay.
or the early thrash fans from the 80s.
Yeah.
If you love Metallica in the 80s, you weren't allowed to like them in the 90s.
Yeah.
And they only released so many albums, and then they kind of pooped out like a bunch of albums at the end of the 90s to fulfill their record obligations.
Okay.
And then they went in the studio and created a monster. Literally the most bastardized thing I've ever heard in my life, and the craziest sounding album I've ever heard. So do you know anything about Metallica's album, Some Kind of Monster?
No.
Is that what the album's actually called? No, Saint Anger. The album's called Saint Anger.
I know.
right?
I know the song "Saint Anger."
No, you probably don't. You
Saint
think
Anger
round my neck. Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so you do know that. Okay.
Yeah, I think that was popular.
Well, it kind of was. Yeah, I mean, it's got 117 million plays. Metallica recorded Saint Anger, and while they were recording Saint Anger, which is a process that took them like multiple years, they made a documentary called Some Kind of a Monster.
Oh, okay.
And that is a very famous documentary because it clearly shows a bunch of people who have a lot of problems, which I haven't seen the movie yet, but I'm familiar with it. I know all about this. I knew about this before we even started doing Metallica videos. Like,
Yeah.
it is one of the most candid looks at a band ever, and they just hate each other. It's a miracle this album ever got made. There is alcohol problems. There's all sorts of things involved with all of this.
Okay.
And the album sounds like ass. It's one of the worst sounding things I've ever heard in my life. And the reason for that is because they recorded some of these songs and then like 2 years later came back and recorded the same songs. Like they just recorded it all at the same, like, and then they literally would just take this section from this year and slam it up against that same song from a different session from a different year. But they didn't try to make it sound similar. Like you listen to the songs on this album. So the snare drum on this album is the most famous snare drum of all time because it's most people consider the worst sounding snare drum of all time. Easily.
Like with how it's recorded, or they just had it set up
You got to
weird?
just hear it to believe it. I literally can't even explain it to you. The fact that this album exists, the fact that this album is... Now, a lot of people say that this is Metallica trying to be Korn and trying to be new metal because this is 2003.
Okay.
And I cannot tell you that this is the worst sounding Metallica album because, believe it or not, they have made dumber decisions than this. But we're gonna listen to the first track off this album. It's my favorite song, well, one of my favorite songs off this album, and it's the song I Remember. This is the first Metallica song I remember, other than I Disappear. This is the first Metallica song that I was aware of being out at the time when it came out.
Okay.
So I remember when Frantic, this is the song we're going to listen to, it's called Frantic. This was on the radio quite a bit when we were in high school. 2003 would have been I was a sophomore in high school and then a junior. So you would have been a freshman or a
I was just
eighth
getting
grade
to high
freshman.
school. Yeah.
So see if this sounds familiar to you, and just everything we've been hearing, right? Especially those last few songs, great production. Then they did this.
Why? It's the panning is bad, obviously. Ooh. This was like on the radio?
Yes. This is one of the best sounding songs on the album.
I mean, maybe if you were listening out of a mono speaker, it would be a little better. Ooh, yeah. So what is it about the
Compression.
drum that-
It's over compression. The snare drum, the snares are basically off. It sounds like there's no snap at all.
Huh.
It's the most hollow sounding thing ever.
Huh.
The cymbals, listen to that cymbal on the left. It's awful. It's
So it's
compressed.
not Lars' fault?
It is Lars' fault. They wanted it to sound like this.
Huh. Ooh. No, this is bad.
Yeah.
I could see it's getting a little rap rock there
Yeah.
with him yelling there.
He ain't rapping at all, though. It's just that they were just... Think more like Korn. Korn never rapped. Korn did not rap. Korn is not a rap band, but they are the new metal band.
Yeah. I guess I consider rap rock the same thing as
So
metal,
just
which
like
I know
what,
it's not.
right, just like what their guitars are doing, right?
Yeah.
They're just doing right. There's no lead guitar really to anything. This is interesting. I like this song. Fran tick 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 tock. Like I like that stuff.
I don't like this.
Right, and that's the thing. Like it.
It's not just the production. I just don't like the song.
But pay attention to the production though, because it literally will change the way everything you're hearing sounds from section to section.
Yeah.
So I just want to go through this album a little bit.
So
you
people
can
hate
hear.
this album?
Huh?
People hate this album?
Yes.
Okay.
And I think it's maybe the worst sounding album I've ever heard in terms of production. I've
it's-
heard stuff that sounds worse than this, but it's the fact that it can go from this to sounding like something completely different on the next measure of the song.
Yeah. This sounds like the beginning of Ace of Spades.
They were very influenced by Megadeth.
Yeah.
But listen to that snare.
What
It's
a
so
heck.
hollow. Clang,
Yeah,
clang, clang, clang.
Everything sounds so hollow. And
Yes, there's no
those are
high
not-
end in it.
Those are not words that I would usually use to describe something because I don't have that sort of mindset. But like, even I can hear this is bad.
Yeah.
This was a huge album, though, right?
It was very big, yeah. Because it was their first album.
Now,
It was their first album since 1997, so it was like 6
Wow.
years later.
so they are finally free of the shackles of their recording
label.
contract, and they finally make what they want to make.
And it's terrible. And it was
It's this.
surrounded by the documentary,
Yeah.
some kind of, which I believe may have been released in theaters. But all it does is show them like almost murdering each other, like literally.
Yeah.
Like,
Is it a good documentary then?
yes, it's considered yes.
I bet.
No, I haven't seen it yet. We've been waiting.
Oh, okay.
I haven't
It sounds
watched it yet.
fascinating. It says that documentary says by the makers of the people who made Paradise Lost, which is the one I was talking about earlier.
Oh, interesting.
So they must have had a relationship.
Listen to
with the
this.
band.
There's no high end in this.
There's a song on here called Saint Anger and Sweet Amber.
Yeah.
See, now, like I said, I've heard Saint Anger. Does it sound like this? Or is it
Yeah.
the single?
So terrible, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I have heard this. I must have heard it on the radio.
Now here's the thing though, okay? when they released the soundtrack to the documentary, which the documentary is called Some Kind of Monster. Yes. In 2004, they released this version of that song.
Oh.
Oh no, I'm sorry. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, here.
This is Some Kind of Monster.
This is the single. Oh no, you're right, it is. Oh shoot, sorry. I thought that they were okay, so this is my point still here, but I thought that you would know the song. So Some Kind of Monster was a single for them, but the thing is they fixed it.
Huh.
Like this sounds consistent and way better.
Yeah.
So here's the album version. Listen to the edit.
These are the eyes that can't see me.
Sounds like
Listen
a
to
normal
that.
song.
Now everyone on earth is like, please God, whatever you did to this, please, Lord in heaven, Jesus Christ, come down and make them do that to every other song, because people really like the songs on Some Kind of Monster. It just is so inconsistent and terribly recorded and produced. And so
do they hate this album themselves, and so they don't want to touch it because it was a tough period in there?
They don't touch it. Never played a single thing off of it. After they toured for this, they never played a single thing off.
Oh, really? Okay. Just because it was probably such a hard time for the band, and
yes, yep.
Okay, that makes sense.
Now you would think that their next album would sound good, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
It doesn't.
Well, I don't know.
It doesn't. I wasn't even going to play you any of this because it literally hurts me to hear this.
I know about Death Magnetic. Is that what we're talking about?
Yeah, that's what we're talking about.
Okay.
So this
I
is
know the
2008.
story with that.
It's the most overcompressed record of all time.
Yeah, I've never really sat down and listened to it, especially with headphones, to try and identify that. So I wonder if I'll be able to tell.
See if you can tell.
Do we have the ability to listen to a good version of it on Spotify?
Only on their... This is so bad, they had to retcon this. If you go to their website and buy the iTunes version, it is different master than this.
But that's not what's on Spotify,
this is the mastering that screwed this up. This is what mastering did to this. Okay,
literally just compressing it wrong.
You have not touched your volume, right?
No.
Okay, I have not touched anything on my end. I'm just playing the intro song from this album. One of the best moments we've ever had on the reaction channel here is when we listen to one of the songs from this album. Me and Chris reacting to the overcompression. This, in 2008, this is what broke the loudness wars. Mm-hmm. This is the end of the loudness wars. Or the beginning of the end of the loudness wars. It physically hurts you to listen to this. It should. I hope you can...
Yeah.
Well, hold on. You gotta let it get going.
All right, yeah. See if it gets worse.
See, the thing is, when this came out, people didn't care because they were like, Metallica, we're a metal band again. And so this album won a Grammy. Like this. I think it was nominated. I don't think it won. But listen to that snare drum. So
yeah,
this,
I do wish I could do a back and forth kind of thing, but
I gotta find Cyanide. I think might be the song. Or, oh no, it's All Nightmare Long. That snare drum. It's so bad, Cody. You might just have to take my word for it.
I know it's. I wish I had like a guttural reaction to it, but
that kick drum. Oh my god. Listen to that. It's so bad. It's so bad, Cody. Okay, now I'm going to go back, Okay, so just the volume of what we were just hearing, here's one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is the exact same thing. No, not touching any volume.
Yeah, it's
Now, the thing is, that album has one of my favorite Metallica songs on it, The Day That Never Comes. This is their big single off this album, and it's the only one that's listenable.
listenable because it's a decent song, or just it's not as bad as the other ones?
It's not as bad as the other ones compressed. It is, but the song's a slow song, so it doesn't like... But this is...
To me, the... okay, I can kind of see what you're saying about how they kind of went back to their older sound.
Yeah.
For like being more of a metal band. That's kind of cool, but the Saint Anger clips you played for me were much more offensive.
Oh, I agree. I think it's worse.
Okay.
But that's worse in a different way. This was the decision. They made the decision to destroy this album.
Yeah.
And it was so bad, they had to backtrack it. See, like, this to me doesn't sound that bad. It's bad, but...
Yeah.
So full of lies, tend to block your eyes. No, the sunshine never comes.
Ooh. It was like almost... It's like... You could hear, like, clipping.
Yeah,
It was like
so bad.
It was like a buzz when it hit that loud note.
But, like, this, it's a much heavier album.
Yeah.
God, listen to the distortion. Oh.
Yeah, I can...
Oh my God, it's bad. And Chris was talking about how at the time you just put it in your car and you didn't notice it. But he was like,
Yeah.
I always knew, he's like, I knew something was wrong with it. Because he said it physically would hurt me to listen to it. And I don't have the, you cannot listen to the original version on Spotify. That is the original version. You can't listen to the good version. Now, the good version, though, is boring as heck to listen to.
Oh, really?
So it just, yeah. So
overall,
then,
it's not a great album anyway.
it's one of my least favorite of theirs, but a lot of people consider it to be one of their best if you're like a hardcore Metallica guy.
I mean, I would not expect a metal band from the 80s, by the time you get to 2008, I would not expect them to be putting out amazing stuff.
I don't
honestly.
know, but that's not true though, because there are a lot of thrash band like Testament is still going strong today, and they started before Metallica, I think, around the same time. But so that's not necessarily true.
Okay.
Now, so that was in 2008, right? Mm-hmm. So then they released The Thing That Shall Not Be Named, and we're going to listen to a song later. We're going to end the video on that. Then they released Lulu, which I remember when that came out. I was working at Hastings at the time. It's an abomination to music, and it's an affront to music. But then they released in 2016. Good for you. Someone had to. But have you ever heard anything from Lulu?
Yeah.
Do you know I Am the Table? I am the table.
I do
That's a
know
wrestling
that
meme.
is.
It's a very famous wrestling
I do
meme.
know of that meme.
Right. You just tell me how you feel about it when we listen to this song. We're going to end the video on that, okay?
All right.
But since we're not just listening to their terrible stuff anymore, I do want to play for you. Hardwired to Self-Destruct is their album that came out in 2016, so 8 years after their last true real album. So Death Magnetic, and then 2016 Hardwired to Self-Destruct came out. Yeah. And a lot of people consider this to be their best modern album. And I like it, but it's a little bit more boring to me because well, here, this is what it sounds like. So this is clearly like, this is everyone's favorite song from this album because it's kind of the one that's the most old school throwback Metallica.
Yeah, definitely.
But I'll let you hear the vocals a little. We weren't going to listen to this one, so. Listen to that kick drum. It's massive. See, I don't This is not that good of a mix. It isn't.
Nothing stands out as bad to me the way those other two albums did.
Right. And honestly, if we listen to more off of Justice and Justice for All, I think that's their third worst sounding album. Because there's no bass.
Oh, sure.
So this is a double album because it's really long. It's an hour and 17 minutes, which is more than you can fit on one CD. So they had to make it...
Did you fit 80 minutes on a CD?
Wait. Oh, yeah, you're right. But usually 74 minutes is the cutoff.
Oh, yeah.
And this is 77 minutes.
Okay.
But you're right. You could fit this on a CD. I have albums that are longer than this. Nightwish has 2 albums longer than this, actually. But they made it a double album.
Sure.
So this is just one example. There are some good songs.
It's unoffensive. I mean,
yeah.
So this is more of their one sounding or
Yeah. Yep.
Black Album kind of stuff. Did they ever work with another famous producer after Rick Rubin?
Rick Rubin also produced. Hey Google, who produced the album Saint Anger?
No, that wasn't Rick Rubin, was it?
Oh, just hold on a sec.
On the website revolvermag.com, they say, I wanted to do something to shake up radio and the way everything else sounds. Producer Bob Rock told MTV
Bob Rock.
shortly after Saint Anger was
Bob Rock.
released. To me, this
Wait.
album sounds
Hey Google, who produced the Black Album? Have I been saying the wrong person this whole time? Was it Bob Rock the whole time?
on the website
I think it is Rick
Facebook.com,
Rubin,
they say,
isn't it?
Produced by Just Blaze, Kanye West, The Neptunes, Timbaland, Ninth Wonder,
No.
Eminem, Rick Rubin, The Buchanans, DJ Quick, Luis Resto, Opera and Joseph Weinberger. It is
Oh, Bob Rock.
Studios, Battery
So
What?
Right Track
I think. Wow, I really trolled everybody this video.
You're gonna have to go back and like
No, screw it. I don't
Bob
care.
Rock.
I'll just
Every time you say Rick
no.
Rubin.
I'll just say that it was an April Fool's joke.
Hey, there you go. I'm glad we. It's a good thing we caught that before the comments.
Well, no, I could have just. No, it's actually not better because now I know I screwed up. I could have
Okay,
just said that it was an April Fool's joke.
I guess I don't know Bob Rock. So the same guy that did the Black Album did Saint Anger?
Yes, yeah.
That's nuts.
And he also did. I think he worked with them on Load and Reload too.
Huh.
But that's yes, okay. Bob Rock. You don't know who Bob Rock is?
No.
Bob Rock.
I don't know a lot of.
Oh, producing Peach. I guess that's okay. Well, Bob Rock, very famous. I would say the equivalent to Rick Rubin, but Rick Rubin.
Did Death Magnetic.
Okay, that's what it was. I knew he did one of the albums because it was
But
Rick
he probably
Rubin.
wasn't responsible for.
I would be. Yeah.
problems,
Rick
right?
Rubin
Okay.
sucks, dude. If you think Rick Rubin is on record as saying, "I don't know anything about music. I just whatever."
Yeah,
Okay,
that's
sorry.
why he's
We're
great.
dumb. We're dumb. We're dumb, and that's fine.
Yeah.
So I had 2 other songs that I was going to have us listen to, including that Lulu one. But I wanted to just show you something off of 72 Seasons. So this is the video that we have on our channel that has the most. It's an hour and 17 minutes again, but they fit it on one disc, so that's pretty weird. But they did. But okay, so I was just going to play for you the big single off of this album. Has 100 million plays. Lux Eterna. You may have heard this. So see
Yeah,
what
I wonder.
see what you think about this. And if you like the song, because I honestly think that you will like it.
I mean, it sounds good, right?
Yeah,
Serviceable.
yeah. The kick's too loud.
Anticipation, in domination, a sea of heartbeat is one unified magnification, all generation.
sound familiar to you at all?
No, it doesn't. It's
Oh,
pretty
interesting.
cool, though.
Okay.
And that makes sense. I don't know where I would have heard any new Metallica in 2023.
I guess, but just like in the mall or whatever, as you're walking around. One of the things I like about it is that it does feel kind of throwback classic rocky to me, like Motorheady, like that kind of thing.
Sure.
The da 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 dun 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 da 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 dun dun dun, like, you know. It's also a pretty simple song as far as Metallica goes, and it's also the only. Look, it's 3:25. Every other song is over 5.5 minutes long.
So this was their like lead single?
Oh yeah, yes.
Okay.
But it's the one that's got the most plays by far. I remember seeing a bunch of people break down that guitar solo. They're like, "What the heck is this?" So it's pretty much the same from there. But I again, I don't want to get too much into everything, but I really like this album a lot. I think it is the best combination of Load and Reload era plus Hardwired to Self-Destruct. They're like more return to thrashy roots.
Yeah.
I think it's just the thing I like though is like every single song, the first minute and a half, it's just riffing through all the riffs of the song. Then it gets to them actually starting the song. But they have some really catchy stuff on this album.
Yeah.
And the last track is 11 minutes long. It's the longest Metallica song. It's maybe my favorite
really?
song on the album. It's so good.
She kills me.
There's some really Alice in Chains sounding moments on this album. There's actually Aerosmith with the way they do the vocals. Try to find.
So I guess in recent years they've been trending more towards their roots
Yes.
and away from kind of Black Album style.
Well, this is Black Album mixed with their faster, heavier origins.
Okay. And that's what it should be, right?
I think so. Yeah.
If they're going to keep making new music, I think that's probably what it should be. You appease your old fans and you appease the people that got into you with the Black Album and
Yeah. And the thing is, people, I don't know if they could make an album now that people would love. You know, I don't know if they. I mean, they did love this, but as I look at it now, I'm actually I haven't looked at this on Spotify in quite a while. I'm really disappointed with the plays on this. Like they have one song
I can't see 'em.
They have one song with 100 million plays. Everything else is like below 20 million. Which it's 20 million. A lot of the stuff we listen to has 20,000 plays.
yeah, it's
but
kind
this
of hard
is
for me to.
But the two final songs have like less than 15, or the last Room of Mirrors has 12 million. Inner Mortada, which is the final song, which is 11 minutes long, that has 15 million plays.
Yeah.
Crown of Barbed Wire has 12 million. Chasing Light has 12 million. You know, it's just
It's hard for me to get a judge of what is even a lie. I mean,
it should
I remember
be more
when
than that.
I remember this album came out. It was a big deal.
Yeah, it should be. Yes, this was one of those few albums that made a thing.
And you would see it everywhere because the cover was so bold.
Yeah,
the amount of times I saw this in new release sections.
Metallica has literally done that.
Yeah.
If you look at their albums, they're the guy that they hired to do their album covers. If you look at Death Magnetic
White,
was
black and white. Right?
Yeah, it's actually super awesome because
it's a cool cover.
Well, no, it's not even the cover. Like when you get the booklet of the CD or the vinyl record, the grave, those are pages that extend back into the booklet. So
cool.
the white center of that coffin in there, that is way deeper down than the other part. So it's like as you open every page to the book, that the outline gets smaller and smaller.
Yeah.
So I
cool.
can't know how to explain it.
Did they ever do a version with actual metal filings and a magnet?
I don't think so. Maybe that's how it was originally created. I'm not sure, but
that's what it's supposed to represent. You've done like a magnet with metal filings to see the fields or whatever.
That's probably how it was created. But my point though was the reason that they did that was because at the time no metal albums had white covers. They specifically made that cover to be mostly white so it would stand out on the shelf. They literally have said that.
It's the most commercialized decision you can ever make.
Same thing with Hardwired to Self-Destruct, which has a white cover. And then they did all yellow with 72 Seasons for the same reason.
72 Seasons is such a bold cover.
It is.
How did they make it that yellow?
It's awesome. I wore I wore a shirt just that yellow in the reaction, and we reacted to it on Thursday at midnight.
Yeah.
We did it as it came out. So, okay, now, are you ready? We are going to listen
piece
to
de resistance.
Yes, this is the climax of the song. Of the video. Sorry, I screwed that up like I'm an idiot. I'm a moron.
I know what you mean.
This is the climax of the video. Ha ha ha. That's what I should have done. This is Frustration. Metallica featuring Lou Reed. I'm not even going to say a word. I was just going to sit here and enjoy your reaction to this.
All right.
I have a ladybug right here.
Oh, I saw it fly.
Yeah. All right, enjoy this.
8 minutes.
Yep.
Was the longest song you're going to play me?
Yep, and you're going to listen to the whole thing.
Did Metallica ever collaborate with any other artists?
Yeah. Ludacris.
Okay.
And a couple other things. When James wasn't around, they could do whatever they wanted. So. Be kind of silly if it was this for 8 minutes, wasn't it? It ain't.
Okay, good. I mean, I made you listen to Revolution number 9 recently.
That was awesome. Compared to this.
Now, Lou Reed's a legend, man. Is this the one that has the table?
No.
Okay.
I chose this one for a different reason. And it's not the longest one on the album, I don't think either.
Frustration. In my lexicon of hate, I see you with your portraiture. Does he
See, and you
love
hate talking.
Does he love you
I do.
too? The brush strokes kiss your breasts and toes. I cry icicles in my stein. The heartbeats flutter with an abnormal rhythm. The pain shoots through my body, a sword between my thighs. I wish
Don't look up the lyrics to this. Just listen to it.
Okay.
This is the second time I've heard this.
Oh.
In your eyes. I dropped to my knees in a second.
Is it one of those things that's just so special to you that you don't want to ruin it by listening to it over and over?
No, I just refuse to ever listen to it again after I edited the video.
I don't have the strength I once had in you, and your prickless lover and his easel in his eyes. I feel a pain creep up my leg. Blood runs from my nose.
Oh, that's bad.
I puke my guts out at your feet. You're more man than I
puke my guts.
Out at your
dead,
feet.
to have no feeling, to be dry and spermless.
Yeah.
Like a girl.
You know, Lou Reed doesn't...
Wait, you're not listening to it.
Like a girl.
He just said the greatest line in history of all songs.
I want so much to hurt you.
He says it again a couple times, so you'll have a
so
chance.
Much to hurt you. I want so much to hurt you. Marry me. I want you as my wife. Spermless like a girl.
Oh,
More man than I.
okay. All right.
More man than I.
Oh, yeah. There-
Okay, part 1 done of this song.
Ooh. Do people...
Like this? No.
No, I know they hate it. Is it strictly because of Lou Reed? Do they like the music in it?
Oh yeah, the music's great.
Okay.
It's kind of boring. Like there's not much to it.
I mean,
but,
it would be if you're just doing...
Yeah, but it sounds pretty good.
Underneath.
It sounds good. It's great production.
Okay. Do we think Lou Reed was listening to this while he was reading his...
We talked about it at the time. I can't remember. I think so. I think that he did it with the music. Like they wrote this this is intentional. It's all intentional. It's not just they took samples of him or anything like
No,
that.
wait, they were not in the studio at the same time, right?
I think so.
Like, he was sitting there while they were playing,
No.
saying his stuff?
No,
Okay.
but he was there with Metallica as they were.
Okay.
Yeah, I think. But don't get distracted. I want you to pay attention to this entire thing.
Forgot the words there.
Oh yeah, the longest song on this album is 11 and a half minutes. Then there's an 11-minute song, and then there's a 20-minute song. And then there's an 8-minute, and an 8-minute, and a 4-minute, and a 7-minute, and a 7-minute, and a 5-minute, and a 4-minute.
Why are they so long?
It's 1 hour and 27 minutes long.
2 discs?
Yep.
Like a girl. I want you so
He likes that
much
line.
to hurt you.
I mean, that's the chorus.
To
Dry
hurt
and
you.
spermless like a
I
girl.
want so much to hurt you. I want you as a wife.
So you don't think this is not good, right?
No. Lou Reed sounds older than I was expecting
Is my
to.
lexicon of hate,
Yeah, hey Google, when did Lou Reed pass away?
frustration
Recently, I thought.
is my lexicon of hate. Frustration.
2013, 2 years later after this.
Oh.
My
Okay, I thought it was
lexicon of
recently. Okay.
hate.
Okay, this
yeah,
is the
I-
bridge. Hold on, we gotta enjoy the bridge of the song. I especially like that metallic sound that wants to drive you insane
Yeah, what is that?
throughout the entirety of the song. That's really nice. Oh, he's whispering now. He's being very dynamic.
I wish that I could kill you,
Oh,
Oh. Me?
yeah.
but I too love your eyes.
Oh, The women,
Won't you
you
ask
know, dry and spermless.
I want you as
spermless.
my wife. Spermless like a girl.
This makes me want to listen to Tom Waits.
Tom Waits is great.
I know.
We should do Tom Waits.
I would absolutely do a Tom Waits album. I have several of his CDs. Or no, I'm thinking of the other guy like him. Abbott. So what's his face? Elvis Costello.
No.
No, who am I thinking of?
I mean, maybe you're thinking of him, but he doesn't sing like that.
Okay, well, yeah. But yeah, I have a Tom Waits album that's really good. His
Yeah.
song about that guy, it's just a guy talking, but it's a guy, it's so cool. It's a song about a guy working in his workshop, and he's like, what's he building in there? What's he building in there? But the only problem is when he starts singing, actually, it sounds like ass.
Yeah.
It's just as bad as this, but
Yeah. What's...
okay, I won't subject you to the rest
All
of it.
right.
Hold on, wait.
You know-
No,
Okay,
wait.
go ahead.
Before we move on, Cody, that's 1 of 10 songs.
Yeah, that
I'm
must
just
have been a
gonna-
rough video.
I'm just gonna cycle through some of the other songs here so you can hear how diverse this album is.
Okay.
That's cool.
Can you find the table?
I think so.
Blood that I'm pumping away.
So I forget. Does James sing at all?
Yeah. That's what
Okay.
makes it even worse. Because he agreed.
Off the thing, the blood that I'm pumping away. If I pump blood in the
Which
sunshine,
Metallica song says I am the
anywhere,
table?
A leather box with azaleas and I pump more blood and it seeps through my skin. Will you
So
adore
obviously
the river,
Metallica had
the street?
a love for Lou Reed,
If
which is
I
interesting because I
waggle
wouldn't
my
have
ass
considered
like a
him like an
dog
influence on that.
Right.
would you rip Jack?
Okay, so here's the song.
Duties is a challenge that our youth must quickly conquer. Sits upon the pin of this is you. I want to see you. It despises you.
Oh, hold on. There we go.
I am the view. I am the table. I am all this. I am the root. The progress. The aggressor. I am the table. I am the 10 stories. I am the table. I am.
That's like the thing he says the most.
Yes, it is. Now, do you understand why that's important? Like, do you know? Are you aware of any of the wrestling memes? Like,
Yes, I do know the relation to the like Botchamania stuff. And
Right. Okay.
that
Good.
stuff.
Yeah. For
So
sure.
yeah, that's funny.
So this album is atrocious, Cody.
So did you guys just like
We
turn
listened
it
to the
down and
whole
start
thing.
talking about other stuff? during it?
We did. Yes, we had to do that kind of. But we genuinely. A lot of people, we have a lot of views on this video too, and a lot of people are like, "This is the first time I've been able to listen to the whole thing." They say, and it's hilarious. The moment when he first says "dry and spermless like a girl" is the best reaction we've ever had on the channel. Like, it's so funny, and it's funny too because I used it in my cancer video because that was when I was sick. I was starting, or we did this I think in 2024.
Okay.
And that was, I was sick. And so like in the video, you can see me coughing and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's so bad, Cody. It's so bad.
You know, Lou Reed he made real music, you know?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Like,
yeah.
Like his music was not just talking.
No, I know. See, at the time,
So that's what's so weird.
yeah. At the time when we were doing this, Chris was like, isn't this exactly what Leonard Cohen does? And I'm like, oh my God, no, Cody. I'm like, Chris, no, Leonard Cohen is awesome.
I mean, I've associated Leonard Cohen's 60 stuff with Lou Reed's 60 stuff. Like,
Right. And I think that's what it was coming from. And I was like, oh,
Leonard
yeah.
Cohen does not do this for sure.
Oh God, no.
But I would say like even Lou Reed didn't necessarily, and Lou Reed put out a lot of stuff, and I really only know like his big hits and his like Velvet Underground stuff and
Sure.
stuff like that. So I'm not a big expert on him, but like I kind of always associated him in like kind of the gravelly storyteller voice of kind of a Leonard Cohen.
Yeah, like Tom Waits too.
Yeah,
same
yeah.
thing, for sure. Right, and I know that Lou Reed was there's a reason the Velvet Underground is considered
Yeah.
they are like the Grateful Dead or something. Like people really revered them.
Yeah, I've never thought that they were like amazing or anything, but
Right, but there's clearly something about their music that stands out. But
for sure. But also, I mean, this is not the worst thing Lou Reed's made.
really,
Right? You know about Metal Machine music?
no. Oh, is that
Ma-
just some avant-garde
Yeah, it's like
noise
industrial noise. They just put out for Record Store Day this year. They repressed it on vinyl. But I can really appreciate a good Lou Reed song.
Oh, sure, and just yeah, for sure. There are reasons that certain people are cultural icons,
Oh yeah,
for sure.
yeah.
Just like Metallica, cultural icons. Metallica, the whose video reaction we happen to be recording right now.
Man, speaking of Metallica though, it's impressive that they've been able to maintain a career. I know they have such a huge fan base, but it's like they put out a lot of like. How do you put out stuff like that?
Garbage.
That's mastered that way. That's mixed that way.
Uh-huh.
And what's the deal with them not wanting to remix anything?
They just don't. They are like they're stubborn about it.
They're like, we're very forward looking.
No, we
so we're
meant
not
it to
looking
be
back.
this way.
Really?
Yes, we meant it to be this way.
It's not even bad.
No, we meant it
That's
to be
great.
this way. Now the thing is, the thing with Death Magnetic, which you will probably remember and know, is they released all of the whole Death Magnetic album on Rock Band.
Yeah, I remember that factoid about
And
that,
so
and it was good, right?
Well, and so people were like, "Wait a second, this is not how the album sounds."
yeah.
Because they got the stems for the album or for Rock Band. All they mixed out. Here's all the guitar. Here's here's James' guitar. Here's Kirk's guitar. Here's the bass. They
did
did
their own
all of that
mastering.
before the mastering.
Yeah. Huh.
So all the stems were out there, hidden deep into the files of all the Rock Band stuff. So people got the files out, and there's like hundreds of versions, hundreds of mixes of Death Magnetic. Because maybe not hundreds. There's like 20 or so like Rock Band mixes that they call them, of people who remixed the album using the stems. And I haven't heard any of those, but I want to, because I'm really unimpressed with the iTunes mastered version too. Like, as far
really?
as I'm concerned, there's no official good version of Death Magnetic.
Like, same problem with that, huh? Just
No,
not as bad.
no. They completely fixed that. It's just it's overly dynamic. Then it's like it just doesn't sound good. It just is boring as heck.
So how did the iTunes version come about? Does anyone know?
People were complaining about the official version so much, and then when they released the Rock Band files, they were like, "Hold on a second, this is not how even normal people could be like. This is not how normies."
So they did kind of acknowledge that it was bad and
That's
put out
the
a better
only thing
version.
yes.
But then they
Yep.
never. But that didn't become the canon version.
Nope, they didn't. But you can go buy it on their website. You can get it.
On CD.
No,
Okay.
they never released a physical version of it, to my knowledge.
just
It's the
MP3s
iTunes version is what it's called.
Oh,
But
they
really-
literally call it a different version.
Oh yeah, it's called the iTunes version,
Wow.
and you can only buy it from their website. And
That's nuts.
yep, or listen to it on you can buy it on iTunes.
I'll just get it on Napster.
But I think at the time iTunes pressured them into doing it maybe a little.
Yeah.
But yes, the whole Napster thing too, which they have come out and kind of apologized about since then. I don't know if you're familiar with that, but like they were like, we were way overreacted to all this.
Yeah. I mean, I
Kind of like
get
Pink
it.
Floyd.
I kind of get it from a
Yeah, you
artist
don't want
point of view.
people stealing your
Like
because
it was
now,
such a new thing. It's like this is literally going to just like they thought they were fighting for the music industry. As a whole,
for
you know?
sure. And the thing is, they lost.
Yeah.
The music industry lost because now we can just how we listen to all their music now. Metallica got no music money from any of that.
Yeah,
and I'm going to put it in. Now, the thing is, they'll make way more money off of this video that people are watching right now because all ad revenue from this goes to Metallica.
Yeah. They've had to
so-
adapt. They can skim a penny
Right.
here and there, and that's how but if you thought about that in the 90s, it's like, oh, we're going to get royalties from someone using our video. Like everyone would have rejected that, you know? Like, so I get it. I don't blame them for that. And obviously, everyone using Napster was committing illegal acts. But
Yeah, for sure.
the real problem wasn't Metallica. The real problem was the RIAA suing people for millions of dollars, individuals.
Right,
like,
right.
That was absurd, you know?
Right. But you're right. That's a good question. And that's something that I ask myself all the time with Metallica. Like when you asked me earlier at the very beginning of this video, so would you say you're a fan of Metallica? Like I have to really hesitate before I ask that, answer
Yeah.
that, because to me, they have two good sounding albums.
Yeah.
Of their 12 albums or whatever, however many they have, 10, there's two that sound good.
But like, would you like to see them live? Hey, you don't like to see anyone live, I guess.
I mean, I would. I think it would be a fantastic show. They're also they're known for playing extremely loud, which to me is a sign of. But they're fantastic live. You asked earlier how can they be as big as they are with what they keep making all these dumb decisions. It's seeing them live.
yeah.
They got so big that they had to play stadiums and arena rock like stadiums, and they've never stopped playing stadiums. And
Yeah,
people don't stop going. Wherever they go, they are sold out, and they are one of the biggest. They are probably the biggest band on the planet. That's like a real band, you know. Obviously, there's like Taylor
Yeah.
Swift and One Republic and Imagine Dragons and stuff, but those aren't even like bands. They don't perform as a band. You know, you just hit play on the laptop and then sing over it.
Yeah.
You know, which is different than a old school.
I mean, that's what Metallica fans would say is like,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
I would like to see them live, you know?
Yeah,
even though-
for sure. Yeah. But you have to have like $150 or whatever. It's like a Taylor Swift ticket. But,
Yeah. I'd say you're a fan of them. You just don't like a lot of the decisions they've made.
Well, but the thing is, though, you know, everyone who watches this channel knows how that production is the most important thing to me.
Yeah.
I have said many times that I would rather listen to a poorly written, well-recorded album rather than the greatest written album of all time that was poorly produced. And when I say things like that, I mean it. So like I do not listen to Saint Anger. I can't listen to Death Magnetic. I do not enjoy And Justice for All. I have said in multiple times in multiple videos, including the Megadeth stuff, I don't like Ride the Lightning or Master of Puppets because of how much reverb there is on it. So I've just named you over half of their albums that I can't listen to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's frustrating as heck.
Sure.
And at the same time, it's also well documented that I don't like music without keyboards or any sprinkles thrown on top of it at all. Every one of their songs is just guitar on the left, guitar on the right, bass, drums in the middle, and one track of vocals. You know, all the stuff of theirs that I do really like, that I like more, is when he's doing vocal overdubs and stuff. And we've talked about all this stuff. But it's not about me. It's about you. How did you feel about it?
I'm still not a Metallica fan.
Right, but we didn't. I didn't.
Oh, sure.
I tried showing you their garbage.
Well, here's the thing. I've heard a lot of their amazing, great songs. Like,
right.
And none of it has really like been like, oh, I gotta listen to Metallica. But it was very interesting to get a history of like their mistakes.
Yeah. Well, but also like
made.
you said you've heard Master of Puppets. You have the vinyl record.
Yeah.
And that's an actual vinyl copy record, right?
Yeah. This is
like you have the actual.
This is worth like $150.
Yeah, you have the actual like a mint condition original 1986.
Yeah.
Copy.
That's
not some Walmart copy.
Nope. Got that at Goodwill. It's in like perfect shape.
Yeah, that's one of the best vinyl records you've ever bought.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Easily. So
I just sold a Taylor Swift record for $150.
Which one? Was it one of those ones you bought when they were $15?
Yeah, it was $10. I bought it. It was the one where she raps on it.
1989.
No, the one after that.
Whatever,
anyway,
it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. But the reason I say that is because in my Discogs, Taylor Swift was number one. That album has risen to the point where it was number one. Over this one. This one was always number one in value.
Until Taylor Swift surpassed it.
Yeah,
and then
whatever.
You sold Taylor Swift, so
now it's number one again.
Okay, gotcha.
Reigns supreme.
Yep. Okay, everybody, thank you so much for watching the video. Cody and I just spent like a half hour talking about things. I'm going to cut all that out of the video. I hope everybody found this video entertaining and fun. And I want to just say we are planning to do Garage Inc. Disc 2. It will happen, I promise. We have a few things we're doing before that, but the next thing we get together to record, that's going to be Chris and I recording, will be Garage Inc. Disc 2. And then we will officially be done with the official releases from Metallica. I might be doing some like live stuff. I recently posted on our Discord that I have I got the Through the Never soundtrack for $1 at a dollar store. And so I was really excited to find that. So maybe I'll do some of that stuff myself, or maybe with Chris, with anyone if they want to do it, but it's just hard for us to all get together. It's really difficult. And so that's why we haven't been doing it. Yeah. But thank you so much for watching. I hope that people weren't too mad at this. I'm going to change the thumbnail.
They can't be too mad because it's more Metallica content at least.
Right. And I'm going to change the thumbnail and the track listing and everything. I'll change it when
it's not April Fool's
anymore. Right. After like maybe a week or so after April Fool's.
Yeah.
And I'll make it, Cody's listening to Metallica for the first time. So Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you for being patient with us as we get ready to do Disc 2. We will see you all next time.